don't know the criteria for choosing the states. I don't know the criteria for choosing the beneficiaries, because in my senatorial district, the impact is not felt. I really need to get educated on this. What influences the choice of the states and the target audience? I'm from, I represent Kogi East. Okay, I represent Kogi East, comprising of about 9 local governments. Your impact is absolutely zero or non-existent there. And yet we are Nigerians. And when in the course of your presentation, you didn't mention North Central, North Central. We are part of North Central. So I don't know which part of North Central you are talking about. Okay? The amount released, appropriation was 28.9. Amount released so far, 18.7. Amount expended is just 6.1. It is either you don't need this money, or you have problem with your procurement requirement. Okay? Because if you need this money, there is no way if you spend just about 1/3, thereabout, of the amount released so far. Whom are you keeping it for? And if you don't need it, why do you have to apply for it? Because other agencies need this money.
Now, our problem is that in 2022 you apply for the city and you are still having unspent fund. How do you model up the two? Where are you preserving the money, the fund? God, another year is coming now. How do you spend the whole money? And you are applying for another one. This October.
I can't see when you collected large, you had a large chunk of money budgeted for and a large chunk has been released and only 1/3 of that amount is expended. And of course, like you said, I am from a senatorial district in a Bible. Even though you have just mentioned that you have not been going to South, that you are just about to comment. But Mr. Chairman, the school chairman, this is an institution that would have actually interpreted the issue or the desire of Mr. President, that he says that people have to be taken out of poverty. But in this circumstance, if you give somebody training and you are the choice, the modus operandi is not actually defined, the processes is not defined, and we are here as senators, and we don't know how you choose these elements. Who are the beneficiaries? We are talking about cooperative societies. I know that in my own senatorial district, I formed cooperative societies from all the 10 local government areas that I'm representing, and none has never benefited. Not to talk of even my own village home, which I'm paying money every day into the Fidelity Bank. So I want to really know how you come about to know.
Presidency project of the National Assembly members. We are in October now. We are trying to approve the 2022 appropriation. Yet up to 90% of our constituency projects, the releases is still zero. So I don't know what happened. Maybe can you give the committee an account of what is happening?
We are doing it. We have already awarded. I don't think there is any zonal intervention project that we have not awarded the contract. So we are waiting for the contractors to finish and claim their money. Sir, for the choice of states, for the CGS, MBDSP, MBDSI, and all of them, we are doing it.
Mr. Chairman, so all those acronyms that you are using, CGS or whatever, a lot of us here don't.
I said, okay, sir, for conditional grant scheme.
Exactly.
For conditional grant scheme, we started this project in the year 2016, and we selected one state from each geopolitical zone. So far, I think we have covered. We have covered 28 states. So we have remaining 6 states, 9 states to cover, plus FCT. So for those states that were not covered under this project, we have covered 28 already. We have 9 that is coming in the year 2022. And our idea for the National Business Development Skills Initiative, we go to all the states of the Federation. There is no choice of location. And sometimes where we need to choose 1 or 2 or 3 states, where we need to choose states, we make sure that we pick 1 from the north, 1 from the south. Where we need to choose 2, we make sure that they were separate. And then we are also mindful of the fact that we did the project in this state, so next year we'll exclude that state and do it in another state. And our aim is we will cover all the states of the Federation. I think in SMEDAN project, there is a relatively very equitable distribution of resources across the country. For the OLOP project, we select beneficiary, that is one cluster or one cooperative in each local government. And as I mentioned, we have covered 578. We aim to cover the remaining 198 local governments in the year 2028. And on the 2022. So for the selection of beneficiaries under the OLOP projects, there are certain criteria that we looked at in the selection. And then we allow the cooperatives to apply. And then when they apply, we send our staff to do the selection process based on the criteria that is outlined. And the criteria include active and viable group, that is those who are into the business and in organic cluster. Physically on ground, that is those who are doing the business but they are physically on ground and they are existing and they have agricultural value chain in it. They must have a workspace. They must be keeping their records. We have to see there are a lot of other requirements, I think, which maybe the departmental head will give more explanation on the criteria used in the selection. For the IDCs, as you mentioned, yes, the last 3 years, African Development Bank have financed a study for the conversion of the IDCs into enterprise clusters. And based on the report submitted by the consultant that was sponsored by the African Development Bank, they came up with a comprehensive report, final business case on 6 IDCs. And the remaining IDCs, they also give a business case study. So the report is with us. As we are converting the IDCs into enterprise hub, we are doing it based on the study report and the recommendation of the consultant. So far we have done the pilot study in Abuja. The job is almost 80% completion. And then by next year, we'll be able to complete the project and get Mr. President to commission it because it's an international cluster that on furniture and woodwork. And we are doing it as a pilot study. And I will appreciate if the committee will visit the Abuja Edu cluster to see the work we have done so far and what we are doing under the 2021 budget.
Oversighted to know some of these things that they are telling us. And if money is lying idle, money that has been released, we have to know why it's there. And even if it tells us that they are going to spend between but the answer we expect is not going to be more than that, is that there are still 2 months left for the year. That is not going to give us anything more than that answer. We just have to do an oversight to find out the position of all these things and how this money is expended. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
So, DG, you may respond now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and distinguished members. I think we are also worried, as the committee is worried, with the unspent money because all this money are committed. Committed in the sense that all award letters all letters of award were given to the companies that bidded for those jobs. But we are waiting for them to deliver whatever they want to deliver and claim their money. But all the money has been committed. All letters of award were given. And for the programs that we are implementing under CGS, OLOP, and the MBDSP, we are doing it in stages because we had to do entrepreneurship training after the selection. And then after doing that, we now send the money to the banks and the bank disperse the grant to the beneficiaries. So far, we are waiting to finish the compilation so that we can send the banks the comprehensive list for the disbursement. But all other money has been committed by way of awarding. So we are waiting for the contractors. As they come, we keep on paying them their money. It's not that the money is lying with the SMEDAN. And we too, we are worried. I've always been communicating. I've always been sending bulk messages to the contractors so that they finish off their work. The year is coming to an end so that we can pay everything at once. So for the projects that have zero allocation and those that have 100 and some that have 60 or 35%, all these projects, the releases come with a tagging from the finance ministry. They tag the releases to a particular project. So they are not just giving the money like that for us to decide, but they have already tagged all the money to the various line items as it was appropriated in the budget. So that one is from the Ministry of Finance. What they gave us is what we implement. For the zonal intervention is the same problem as we